Most film noirs are, after filming, edited to create a black and white movie. This is a generic convention and we feel we have incorporated this well into our opening sequence. Characters within our film noir both reflect and challenge the forms of convention for the chosen genre. We have the traditional hard-boiled detective, damsel in distress, and a femme fatale character. The way in which we challenge the convention is that one of the characters, the crime scene detective, is a woman. In the 1950s, there were a minority of women workers because they didn't have as many rights as male workers overall. In our film noir, we show her as someone lower down in the authority chain. We also reflect film noir conventions by having our chief detective as our murderer. This is similar in the well-known film noir LA Confidential, whereby the murderer is revealed at the end of the film. This altogether creates an opening sequence for a film noir that is equal to that of a traditional film noir with no subgenres.
We feel our product doesn't necessarily represent a particular social group due to it being well suited to any audience ranging from the age of 50 to 50 plus. The only type of social group that is shown in our opening sequence is the male superiority and the inferiority of females. This is stereotypical of both film noir and of the opinion of most audiences. For example, we show our detective in a high-angled shot and the crime scene detective, the female, in a low-angled shot, showing through camera angles and hierarchy.
We feel that the institution most likely to distribute our film will be TCM. Our product, in our opinion, would also possibly be produced by Hollywood due to the American background, and some of the film noirs, such as LA Confidential, are Hollywood-made. The reason the film will be produced in the first place is because we feel it could be a big money maker. This is because it challenges the forms of film noir and there aren't many directors making them, so it would be a welcome change to blowing stuff up. The mise-en-scène of our film noir is appropriate to the times we have set, 1950, and wouldn't have been a big costume budget. We show this through the use of suits for the males and the subgenre female, and the dresses for the typical females in the time.
Our target audience, as mentioned earlier, ranging from 15 to over 50 depending on the taste of the person. We think we could attract such a wide audience due to the wide range of characters and scenarios. The sequence is set in the 1950s, appealing to the older generation and has the violence and romance to appeal to a younger audience also. We show this through the use of a chase scene.
We learned how to properly use a video camera and tripod to get the best effects we could from our shots before editing. After, we gained knowledge of how to use the editing programs we were equipped with. This was accomplished through experimentation, seeing what went and what didn't within the editing of our opening sequence. We learned how to use iMovie with the preliminary task, using transitions, titles and effects. Blogger, in which we learned how to upload things to use for our exam. Photoshop, we learned how to use this to edit images and create the newspapers for our film. And finally Flashmic, in which we used this to add sound effects that we had missed, such as a scream and when the woman gets shot, and the soundtrack used throughout the film.
We feel that in our preliminary task we were just getting comfortable with the use of the camera and editing, learning the basics and editing it. In our film we feel that we have developed not only in working with the technology but also in understanding it as well. To create a successful opening sequence, you need to understand the genre and the plot of what you are creating, because when the producer and directors understand it, it is easier for the audience to relate. We did this through the research. For our preliminary task, we didn't do any research. We thought of a story and filmed it, as X Factor was at the peak. There was nothing but story planning, whereas with our opening sequence we did a lot of research and